So I'm John Aaron, and this is my friend Doug Smith, and we're just going to talk a bit about this podcast called Diggin the Dharma and how we met, really. So, Doug, take it away.
Well, I first met you in a course back at the New York Insight Meditation Center, back when they had their old place, which they've given up now, and I'm so sorry they have. But in any event, I think it was like a not mindfulness, but like an Insight 101 course.
All
or
right,
like
Insight
that.
101. Yeah.
Something
No,
like that. Yeah.
so what, 7 or 8, or no, maybe almost 10 years ago, I think.
It was a while. It was a while
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. It doesn't seem that long, but gosh, a lot has passed in between and now. And I think it was the first course that I took there at New York Insight. I remember the first time I was there, just, feeling like it was the place for me. It was such a wonderful, wonderful location, wonderful people, yourself included.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're bringing up a lot of sadness because of the fact that they let it go, but for good, it's just the nature of COVID and rents and landlords that, well, I don't want to go there. That wouldn't be very passionate of me. Yeah, and so here I am teaching and had this gentleman in my class, and it was quite nice to have him there because he always had interesting questions. And a few classes later, I actually recognized that, oh, actually, he knows this stuff really well, this Dharma stuff, It was clear that his practice might not have been, his meditation practice was one thing, but what he knew, intellectually was really impressive. And I thought, great, I can, as long as Doug's in my class, I have this like resident scholar. I can just like turn to and say, what was that? What was that sutta? So, over time, we just, started having fun, just talking about Dharma.
Yeah. And I remember when I first went there, most of my practice experience had been in the Zen tradition. And so I found it, I love the Zen tradition. I've got nothing against it, but I thought it was wonderful to learn this new tradition of insight practice, which was really very much more along the lines of the early material that I was so interested in. And I remember first you had us meditate with our eyes closed, and I hadn't done that before. I'm remembering that now. Yes.
Now we give options because we practice trauma sensitive mindfulness, and it's important to give those options.
It can be done either way.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. And and so the idea is that we're just going to get together once a week and just talk Dharma, and usually around something very specific, whether it's anger or greed or delusion or mindfulness or meditation. There's an endless supply of topics we can talk about and keep coming back to, because that's the thing about great teachings, right? They never stop teaching.
Yeah. So, and great teachers too.
That's true. So I think it'll be fun. And, it already has been, and we've got, 7 or 8 in the can, I think now, and, or close to it, or we will. So, we hope you'll stick around and join us.
As we dig into the Dharma and dig the Dharma as well.
Right. So we look forward to seeing you down the path.